All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about the Elmont Real Estate Market, and in particular, we're going to be looking at the year 2021 in review. We're going to be talking about three main metrics, and those metrics are the number of sales that took place in 2021, the average price of a home in 2021 in Elmont, and lastly, we're going to talk about the number of active listings that were on the market in Elmont in 2021. All right, and then later on in the video, what I'll do is I'll show you what your money actually gets you in Elmont. We'll take a look at some low price homes, a medium price home, and a high price home that sold in Elmont in 2021. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about the first metric, which is the average number of homes that sold in Elmont. Now, in 2019, this number hovered around 24. In 2020, in the midst of COVID, this number went down to about 20. And then post-COVID in 2021, we did see that number come back up to around 23. So what this tells us is that the level of buyer interest in Elmont has returned to pre-COVID levels, meaning the number of people who are looking to move to Elmont, number of people who are looking to live in Elmont has actually gone back to the numbers that we were used to seeing pre-COVID, which is a great thing if you're a homeowner. All right, now moving on to the next metric we're going to be discussing today, which is the average price of a home in Elmont. Now, in 2019, this number was around $470,000. By 2020, during COVID, this number was around $504,000. And now, by the end of 2021, the average price of a single-family home in Elmont is around $573,000. Now, between 2020 and 2021, that represents around a $70,000 increase in equity that homeowners were able to lock in just by owning their home in Elmont. Now, the final metric we'll be discussing today is the actual number of homes that were on the market each month in Elmont. Now, in 2019, this number was around 184, which means around 184 homeowners were ready to sell their homes on any given month in 2019. Now, if you fast forward to 2021, that number did come down, and it seems to have stayed down to around 140. So this means that despite the fact that we see that the number of buyer interest has returned to pre-COVID levels, it doesn't look like the number of seller interest has returned to pre-COVID levels. This is great if you're a seller. It means that you might be able to capture additional property appreciation, additional property value, given the lower level of competition in the market. If you're a buyer, however, it's not so good because it means that you might end up having to pay more money to purchase a home in Elmont. All right, so now what I'd like to do is give you a virtual tour of homes that sold in Elmont in 2021. Now, remember we talked about the average price being around $573,000 in Elmont. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to take a look at a home that's below the average price, a home that's just around the average price, and a home that's above the average price to give you a sense of what your money can buy in Elmont. All right, so now what I'd like to do is talk through some examples of properties that sold in Elmont in 2021. And I'm going to be doing so utilizing three examples, working under the assumption that the average price of a home is about $570,000. So I'm going to show you a home that's below the average price, what that looks like, what the condition of the property is. I'll show you a home that's around the average price, and then show you a home that's above the average price. And these are all properties that closed in 2021, so we'll get a sense of what they look like. So the very first property we're going to start with is a property that looks like it's north of the Hempstead Turnpike line, and it's located at 1468 Hancock Street. So the property closed for $505,000. That's below the average price of about $570,000, and the property had 4 bedrooms and 2 baths and 1 garage space. So let's take a look at some of the photos of this property. So here we can see the front of the property. Here we see what the living room looked like. So it looks to be relatively modern. Another view of the living room, a third view of the living room. Here's a bedroom, the same bedroom, another bedroom. What's interesting here about this bedroom is you can notice that this bedroom might need some work. You can see that there's some tape around the window area, which may have been due to either cracks, leakage, not sure, and you can see some patching is needed up here too in the ceiling area of this bedroom. This is a third bedroom. This is a view of the hallway, another view of the hallway, bathroom.
all looks to be relatively modern. Another view of the front yard, another bathroom. This looks to be the basement, so it's built out. The basement again, the backyard, 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 backyard. And this is the kitchen. New cabinetry. It looks like stainless steel appliances in terms of your dishwasher and your stove, although the refrigerator looks to be not modern. The kitchen again, and the dining area, and that seems to be it. Alright, so that is what $500,000 will get you in Elmont. Get you a 4-bedroom, 2-bath Cape in relatively modern condition. The property might need some work, but overall looks to be in fair condition. So let's take a look at what an average priced home that's sold in Elmont looks like. So this property is located on 1309 N Street and close to North Valley Stream. And let's take a look at some of these photos. So this property has 5 bedrooms and 2 baths, and it's relatively large, about 2,200 square feet. So the first photo we're looking at is the living room. So it seems to be relatively newly renovated. It has recessed lighting, hardwood floors, newly painted, master bath with his and her sinks. This kitchen, the cabinetry looks like it's not renovated. However, the top of the countertops look to be renovated, as well as they have stainless steel appliances here in terms of the refrigerator and the stove. So let's take a look. This looks to be the dining area within the kitchen. It looks to be just an eat-in kitchen. Another view of the kitchen. This is the front of the house. Living room. Just some floor plans. Another living room. Dining set. Bedroom. Dining area. Same master bath. Alright, looks like we're going over these photos twice. So this is what an average home, a home that sold for the average price in Elmont, would look like. It looks like they took really good care of this property. Looks like it was newly renovated, newly painted, aside from the kitchen cabinets in one of the kitchens. For the most part, it looks to be move-in ready. If we take a look at these floor plans, there are 2 kitchens here. One is over here and one is over here. So this is what $570,000 will get you. Looks like I'm only seeing one kitchen. I don't think they showed both of them. Yeah. So we don't really know what the second kitchen looks like, or the condition of the second kitchen was. Alright, so let's move on to the final property we're going to be taking a look at. Now this is an example of a high-priced home. So this property sold for above the average list price, the average sold price of properties in Elmont. This property sold for $595,000. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's 1,100, just shy of actually 1,200 square feet. And it doesn't look like it has a garage space. Now, what's interesting about this property is it was listed for $550 and it sold for $595. All right, so I mean, this was well in the midst of COVID, so there was a lot of property appreciation during that time. So this is the view of the front of the property. Again, it's a 4-bedroom, 2 bath, so it looks like it has nice curb appeal. The kitchen looks lovely. It looks like it was really recently renovated with all complete stainless steel appliances and new cabinetry. This looks to be the master bedroom. Another bedroom. a third bedroom, and a fourth bedroom. This looks to be the basement. Another view of the basement. One of the bathrooms. All looks to be really newly renovated. And this is another view of the front of the property. Another section of the basement. You see the hot water heater and the boiler. Looks like it has an outdoor deck in the backyard. Very modern, very new, very sleek. Some grass area in the backyard. Another view of the backyard. This is another view of the front of the property. This looks to be the living area. Yeah, so the living area and the dining area here. And yeah, that looks to be all the photos. So hopefully that gives you a sense of what your money can buy and how far your money can go in Elmont. So I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.